Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo team with your action figure rewind, news, and more. Roll the music.
Addiction and your shelves are overflowing.
Hold tight.
When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss out. Just sit right back, just relax and watch and listen. The Toy Duo team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle
I love it when a plan comes together. What?
on your shelf.
I just realized watching that clip back, when Mr. T walks around the front of the car, his feet never leave the ground. He just slides across the ground. I didn't even animate his feet. And I get a lot of grief. Yeah, I get a lot of grief for using that AI animation app or whatever, the Knock Knock.
What?
But nobody ever says, none of these guys that tell me AI slap watch any of these videos and say, oh yeah, good job on the animation or anything. They're just all Debbie Downers. So funny to me. Anyways, how's everything going this week, you guys?
Do we really want to expect that?
We went to Dave's Hot Chicken.
Oh, did you get the Fallout meal?
And it was way too hot. No, there's a Fallout meal. They didn't tell us.
There was a Fallout meal, and it came with like that injection thing.
No, they didn't tell us that. What
So
the?
that
I
you
didn't
could
see it on the
like,
menu.
that you could like squeeze out your ranch dressing and put it on your chicken.
No, they didn't show me that. I should.
I've never heard of this
it.
chain.
Yeah,
would've
maybe
got
they
it
just
if they
did it
told us
for
about it.
when the show was on or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No,
I
didn't
saw.
see-
I tell Eric this. I know we had a restock of those Fallout drinks, but I've been seeing videos now where they're coming, where they're going to sell just cases of the Fallout sarsaparilla.
Yep, my Costco has that. I'm going there
that's
after
cool.
this.
Okay,
to get
we
that.
still have the other one, so I'm sure that'll be next once those
the variety pack. I still have a couple cases
right there on the
See,
floor.
I think what the problem was that there's no standard in mild to like there's extremely mild, there was like sort of mild, medium, kind of medium, a little bit hotter than medium, then there was like hot, then it was like super hot, and then it was like killing you hot, and then it was like you're dead already because you ate this, it's so hot. And they don't have, like, when I go to like Wingstop, I can get like super hot, you know. So I'm here at Dave's and I'm like, well, they call it hot. So I'm like, maybe I should step down to just the plain hot because I don't want to go to medium because it's not hot enough. So I got the just plain hot right above like medium, but not killing you medium, you know? And it was so freaking hot that I popped one nugget in my mouth and I'm just like, oh my God. You know, like instantly sweating, turn red, drinking all my drink, eating all the pickles and bread they gave me, you know, and I'm just like, holy crap.
You just need ranch dressing. That'll help. That's got
I don't like ranch dressing. No, I don't like ranch. Yeah.
But you like blue cheese, don't you?
No, I don't like blue cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's where you're from. There was there's a chain out here. I don't know if it's either Sonic or Dairy Queen. I don't know which one it is, but they're selling like a really spicy chicken wing combo, and the dipping sauce is their Frosty or their like vanilla ice cream thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's supposed to help cool it.
Yeah. And my dad likes mild. He doesn't like spice at all. And halfway through, he goes, "Here, I'll trade you one. I want to see how hot your hot is." And I was like, "Are you sure?" Because he doesn't like ground pepper on stuff. He thinks ground pepper is hot. You know what I mean? Like the pepper you get into pepper shake
pepper
or everything.
flakes. Yeah, red pepper flakes.
He thinks that's hot. So no, I mean the black pepper that you get out of a regular pepper shake.
Do you mean like that the black pepper that you would either have in a meal or like that you sprinkle from that you usually find on the restaurant?
Yeah, salt and pepper. Yeah,
like regular black. That's the one
he has that pepper, and he'll start sweating and going, "Oh my God, it's so hot." So I was like, "Are you sure you want to try this?" So he gives me one of his mild ones, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty tasty. You can actually taste the chicken in this one," but because it's not overwhelmingly hot. And then he takes a bite of it and he's like, that's not too bad. And I go, just wait a second. He's like, all of a sudden he starts, you see his eyes like filled up with water. And he's like,
It's like that scene from Something About Mary where Ben Affleck or Ben Stiller's in the
or Dumb and Dumber when he put
restaurant.
the thing on him, you know.
Oh, I'm a big spice lord. I'm big into hot ones. You should see my kitchen island. I've got all the hottest hot sauces. I've got
me too.
Pepper X hot sauces.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I was shocked. I have like a ton of those hot sauces, and I eat them on chicken and beef and everything all the time. And that's why I was shocked at Dave's hot chicken is actually really hot chicken. It's
I've never heard of this chain. They don't have any like super close to me, but they do have some in Illinois.
Yeah, and it's the little rubber chicken.
The rubber chicken.
Rubber chicken. I don't know what he's doing.
But we had never eaten there. Dad saw it and he's like, hey, they put one in our area. Let's go try it out. So
yeah, you should have asked and see if they still had some of the Fallout meals.
Yeah, they had Fruity Pebble milkshakes though. I was tempted to try one of those.
Yeah,
they mixed Fruity Pebbles into the milkshake, which I was like, that sounds so good.
So Dan's name is top of the Saturday to you because he's celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Eric says that the river is green.
Yep, the Chicago River is green.
And my celebratory St. Patrick's Day thing is just to get a corned beef brisket and get ready to cook it.
Ooh.
When is St. Patrick's Day? Monday?
Yeah, it's March 17th.
Tuesday?
It doesn't tell me. Tuesday?
Yeah.
And next year, John, is going to be on March 17th.
But the year after that, though, Vern, I heard it's going to be on the 17th of March.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
It's almost, John, like trying to find out when Cinco de Mayo is.
That's in the name, though. St. Patrick's Day, that isn't 17th isn't in the name. It's not like Happy 17th Patrick's Day, you know.
But only if you speak Spanish. What is going on here? Remove that.
Happy Pie Day. Speaking of events,
what?
Happy Pie Day.
Is it Pie Day today?
Yes, 314.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about an actual apple pie day.
Well, it is pie.
Well, you eat pies on Pie Day.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys like lock yourselves in your house last night because it was Friday the 13th again, or?
No, I went all over the place yesterday.
Did you go to Camp Creepy Manga or whatever?
Yep, I went to Camp Creepy Manga.
Okay, Crystal.
So, talking about Friday the 13th, did you guys hear there's going to be a prequel series to the Friday the 13th? Camp Clearwater or Crystal Lake or whatever it is.
Crystal Lake, yeah.
Was it?
So they're working
to cover Pamela.
Did they finish that lawsuit? There was some lawsuit I heard about. I think Dino was telling me about it, which is why there isn't a new Friday the 13th movie. You know,
I did not know that.
Yeah, the people who started the whole franchise, I guess, are at war with each other because, you know, it's one of those things where I think that it must be that the group that started it with the first Friday the 13th movie, when they did the sequels and had Jason in it, a couple of those original people had left, and so they're fighting that they own the Friday the 13th name and the Pamela Voorhees, the mom, and certain things that are in that movie like are theirs. And then the people who sort of like developed Jason into the hockey mask wearing killer is fighting that they own Jason and they want to own Friday the 13th, the name. So there apparently was this big lawsuit going on, and until they fix it, that's why we don't have any Friday the 13th movies.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that's very interesting. I did not know about that lawsuit. Maybe maybe yesterday they got it all cleared up.
Hopefully they did. Yeah, maybe they did.
If I remember right, though, that's why NECA couldn't do some of the figures too, right?
That's what Dino was saying. Some of the figures are blocked by NECA for NECA to do, and even the logo. He said on the new one that's coming out, like the logo can't be the same because of this lawsuit, and they can't put like Jason Takes Manhattan, even though it's clearly that version of Jason. You know, like. So yeah, it's all because of that stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that too many hands in the pot on that franchise with
Yeah, yeah. Because you gotta think about it. I mean, like, and I'm pretty, like when somebody creates something like that and they go, "Oh, we're gonna make a sequel." Sometimes not everybody that was involved in the first one wants to go on to the second one, and then when it becomes
Probably
such
nobody
a
involved in the
franchise,
first one was thinking, I think we should do another one.
yeah,
I'm sure.
you're probably right. You know what I mean?
And the guys from the second one were like, we're definitely not getting involved in that space thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
it's made so much money that now
And
those
now,
people that
like, we gotta
started it
fight
are
the
like,
Predator.
"Hey, we need some of that money," like
Jason versus the Predator.
I haven't.
that's next, right? It's got to come next.
And then
We-
Jason travels back in time and fights King Conan.
That would be good. Yeah, yeah. And King Kong. Because
Oh,
I was saying,
yeah, Jason on Skull,
like,
on Skull Island or whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was saying, like, it's weird to me that we don't have another Friday the 13th because I thought that was the most popular of those 80s sort of what they call slasher
They should have made a Saturday morning
horror
cartoon.
movie things. I think they did, didn't they? Didn't they make a cartoon? But
could've
like
chased
now
those.
all you see is like Halloween movies, and I'm like, Halloween was like the third wheel in my group of friends. It was Friday
what
the
they should've
13th, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Jason
then
joined-
Halloween.
Jason joins Scooby-Doo and his gang, and every
Didn't
week
he-
they unmask him.
Didn't they do that already?
All right, let's talk about some toys. This week on the Toy Duo team, we're going to do the weekly rewind. We got some
$8
one
sticker.
scale action figure news in there. Got some other stuff going on. But first of all, let's talk about this $8 deluxe sticker.
Those 3 3/4 inch figures are looking better and better.
So what makes a deluxe? What do you guys think would qualify as a deluxe?
It's either got to be a larger figure or it's going to be packed with 1 million accessories.
Tons.
Or a ton
Million?
of deco, extra paint hits and whatnot.
Okay.
Or
So-
it was half.
What?
Or it was a build-a-figure that they're trying to make more money off of.
That's what I mean. A big one. A big one.
And the reason you guys know why I'm asking this question, right? There's a new figure coming out as the deluxe. I'm not seeing the deluxe in it. We'll see what everybody thinks. But I just want to start off. I know this is a black series. We're going to really be talking about this vintage collection figure. I want to point out that Boba Fett with a jetpack, a removable helmet, his rifle, and his blaster at one point was a deluxe figure.
Yeah.
And then they added a toe pivot, and he's not a deluxe figure with a jetpack, a removable helmet, a blaster, and a pistol.
Yep.
So why do you think there was a change in this selling it as a deluxe versus selling it as a regular figure?
Well, because the deluxe has like pantaloons on it. See, those pants are a little bit more fluffy.
More bloofy.
Yeah, they're
Or-
more boofy. That's it. Is that it?
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
fifth
I mean, they seem pretty similar, but my guess is Hasbro kind of took some of the criticism of whether that every Boba Fett figure or Mandalorian should be like a deluxe.
A
right?
third-party toy from China. I like that.
So
I don't know.
I feel like because about a year and a half or 2 years ago, maybe at Christmas time or the Christmas before, so I was just at Ross, and I've been finding the Moff Gideon in the armor at like every Ross store, and I'm finding like 6 or 7 of them. And this week I found like the whole box. Right? They hadn't even put it out yet. It was still on the rack, but couple of years ago, that Boba Fett, which was a deluxe, was $6 at Ross.
That's right.
And I remember going into this one Ross and finding like the box of them. You know what I mean? Like the shipper box with just those Boba Fetts. And I almost feel like they were like, well, we never sold them at the deluxe price, so we'll just add something and then sell it as a regular price. But I feel like doing something like this sort of negates their being able to say, hey, deluxe versus not deluxe.
Are you complaining about them doing a better thing?
No, I'm complaining. No,
Well,
what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is
they went from deluxe to not deluxe in this case, so that's a good progression for us.
okay, it is a good progression, but then what I'm saying is it's sort of like in my mind shoots themselves in the foot to actually try to say something else which is similar to this type of thing is a deluxe when it really shouldn't be a deluxe.
Fair enough, but I think they realized they pushed the limits too far, right?
Okay, yeah. And
But-
and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because of Bays just got announced, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's $28. Do you
Wow.
think that's a deluxe?
I don't think the corresponding Black Series figure was a deluxe, if I remember correctly.
No, he wasn't.
He was not, with all the same
Um,
accessories.
Yeah. My guess is they're pushing the limits on this. Just yeah, it's new sculpt. There's not going to be much room for reuse on that, so they're baking that into the cost of the
He's
product.
a bigger figure too. I mean, like
Yeah.
bulkier in.
Yeah, I think that's
It
a
seem-
really
Well, it seems
I
like
can
they're
see
trying
if
to use
they're
that as
saying-
an excuse to recoup costs for like something that's not going to be able to be reused. Or
probably
reused
because
much.
they're probably saying, well, this is the only guy we're ever going to be able to sell with this mold, the
Yeah.
base, the body part of the mold, right? Because they'll reuse the arms, parts of the arms, and there's probably reuse. But if you think about the accessories, it's he comes with his gun, so he basically comes with the one accessory.
Well, and
Does he have the does he have
radio.
the does he
Okay,
have
and
the
the rate.
rope?
I'm sorry.
Is the chain sort of bullet pack like attached to the? Does
I
it
think
attach
so.
to the backpack? Is that all there? Like
Yeah, I have to imagine it is.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
if
it
I
is.
remember
We're gonna see
correctly.
right.
We'll see.
So the
full picture.
weapon backpack chain link combination, like bullet feeding chain combination thing, could be something that's just more than what they normally do when they make a weapon for a character.
No, because
You know what I mean?
yeah, when they did that once, the stormtroopers with the little the machine gun thing that they had, it was the snow trooper or whatever, and it had the bullet chain that went down to the little piece that
Did
was
it?
on the ground.
Did it? Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like they already kind of have like something.
Yeah, I'm laughing at this one too. Deluxe Bean, they made a decent toy after 10 trash ones.
Fair enough.
I put these up here because it was like, okay, the Mandalorian Grogu, basically it's the Mandalorian, right? And then they threw Grogu into the package, and then they made him a deluxe because of the extra figure.
Because you're
I guess.
technically getting two figures, yeah.
But
yeah.
this Rebels guy, he comes with a helmet, his staff, and the electrical light. So why isn't he a deluxe?
Yeah.
Because they haven't
He's
made
got
10
those-
other ones of it.
The clear yellow electrical effects you'd think would push it over the top, but yeah.
I don't know. I just think that like if they're gonna stamp a deluxe on something, it really does need to like stand out above everything. That is basically to me an action figure with his accessories. I don't know. Oh, here you go, John. So these are the two deluxes, right? And you can see he comes with his gun with the backpack and a radio. But if you compare it to the Mandalorian figure, he comes with his jetpack, which would be equivalent. He comes with his gun, and then let's just say the sword. But then he also comes with the extra hand, the other extra piece with Grogu. Is that the attachment or something?
Yep, goes on the
Yeah,
side of the
I think
jetpack.
it sticks on the
It
side.
pegs
yeah.
in.
Yeah, so I can kind of see where the Mandalorian guy is like a deluxe, maybe.
Is he gonna
I
have
just-
Sting? Is he gonna have Sting with him in the new movie? Is that the deal?
What do you mean?
The sword Sting? You know, that he's got there in the pack?
It does look like it, doesn't it? It turns blue and
Yeah, it turns blue and Orcs are around.
yeah. I think we lost Vern. John.
I don't. Am I not here or what? Yeah,
No,
I
you're
think
here.
We're here.
I was reading the chats. What were you guys saying?
The sword looks like Sting from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Well, he comes with it, so I mean, obviously he's going to use that in the movie.
Yeah, I'm
So,
not convinced
yeah.
that's necessarily deluxe for the Mando one, but
Well, it depends. So does Grogu?
I'm picking it up. But
Dimension?
And then I wonder about this bays, right? Like, how much of that is actually new, right? Like, are there any other characters that have that same like kind of body?
It only would have
Minus-
been Porkins. You know
Minus
what I mean?
the armor piece, because
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot about like the way production's done on some of these things, and some of this stuff gets kind of
layered on.
adhered later. It's
Yeah.
like a separate piece that gets adhered to.
Yeah. If they did plan this body for use with multiple, they would have made. There might be a Porkins coming down the road, or was Porkins already a TVC figure?
I don't know.
But I think if they had done Porkins before, they probably would have molded that chest piece on. Because like where it's tan here, you could color orange. And then if those parts, the armor that Baze has and the belt and stuff and the pockets are added to the mold, like added on, like glued on or tacked on somehow, they could paint this orange and then tack on the X-Wing pilot stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like
turn it into Porkins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the base of that body could potentially be reused for any other figure. Then they need to be a little bit bigger in some type of a flight suit, and that like armor piece, and the shoulder pauldron thing, whatever, are to me totally just additions.
Yeah, that's
what I mean to that. So I'm like,
Uno says he was not previously a TVC figure. So what you got to really look at is if in the future, say somewhere within the next year or so, like maybe next year because of the 50th anniversary, Porkins is put out on a TVC card. He could, if what you're saying is true, this is layered. They could take this tan outfit, color it orange, and then layer on the X-Wing pilot gear, and that's body could be used for Porkins, and all they'd have to do is make a head and some pieces to layer on. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just struggling with their use of the deluxe sticker at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at all these figures here. The Stormtrooper, if he had his regular blaster, would they then call him a deluxe? Because they gave him 2 weapons.
Got the sword.
Yeah.
And then here's the other guy again with the staff, the electrodes, and a removable helmet, but he's not a deluxe. Here's Darth Vader, electrical, 2 lightsaber hilts, 1 blade, right? The extra hand piece. He's not a deluxe. You got the Moff Gideon. He's got 3 extra accessories, not a deluxe.
Yeah.
That's why I like go back to this.
The Vader especially. You're right. That Vader especially. There's a lot with that Vader.
I mean, it's a removable, swappable like gauntlet piece to make it look like you got his hand cut off, right? Then his helmet's like kind of special or whatever. And I know that these pieces are probably reused from other figures, but does that mean like we can expect any new tooled figure if we go back to what Dean said? He's fully, let's read exactly what he wrote because he never misspells anything. He is a deluxe because he is a fully tooled figure that can't believe he's going to be used again. I added a word on there. No way. But if you go back to like that, right, and say, so any new tooled figure is a deluxe.
If it's unlikely to get reused or they feel like they can get away with it, right? People have been asking for bays and finishing crews and the loudest parts of the TVC community that want like squads finished and whatnot. They're gonna do it because they can get away with it. Same thing with Mando and Grogu. Agree with Dino
and
on
here's
that.
where
You know,
yeah. So
Boba Fett
so I
Mandalorian text.
so I'll tell you, if Vern is struggling with it, I'm in WrestleMania. Okay. Okay, so here's where I think this is a bad move in a way. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, so previously they said that the way to get more TVC is to buy more, right? But putting out a new figure that everybody wants from one of the best movies that came out and then charging the regular price for a Black Series, I don't think is the way to go about getting TVC collectors to want to buy that figure. You know what I mean? People may buy it because they want to complete their Rogue One, but I mean, they got to know there's more Rogue One figures coming. Right?
Yeah,
And
because if
then
they do what's the other one they got to do in TVC? It's the guy who had the
Bodhi Rook.
Bodhi with the, and if they do him with the cable backpack that has all those, that's a big accessory. They'd probably end up making him deluxe also.
Yeah, that was big.
And then if you're going to pay $27.99 for a TVC figure, would you just go and say, well, you know what, I'll just collect all the Rogue One figures in Black Series because I can get them all today?
I don't think TVC collectors think like
No,
that. I think
Yeah.
like TVC only collectors aren't likely to go, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to start collecting Black Series. Those people are too embedded within 375.
But the
So
only
you ordered what?
oh, go ahead. You finish your thought. You said you ordered.
No, I was going to ask Eric if he ordered this.
Oh
No, I only have from Rogue One or Andor. I only have Krennic and Cassian and K2. I don't have any of the others.
So I'm curious if there's anybody that's a TVC collector. Does this make you want to finish the Rogue One? And are you willing to pay $27.99 anytime they retool
no,
a new figure for this movie that you haven't been able to get the figures for?
no, and see the weird thing about this is I had thinned out my TVC collection of what I have on the wall. Narrowing, I actually, because I had one or two Book of Boba Fett figures, I had a couple Mandalorian, a couple of Ahsoka figures, and I took those down because I said I'm not going to get the whole set of some of these TV show figures lines. So I took them down and have been selling them either to people in our community or online through various sources or at shows that I've been doing locally. And now, but I kept the Rogue One up on the wall, and because I had a considerable amount of them, and I thought, well, maybe they'll finish some of the ones I want. But now that this one is $27.99, $28, whatever it is, I don't want to buy it because it's too expensive. And what it has me thinking is, if I'm not going to be able to have that whole main characters, do I really want the ones that are on the wall still now? You know what I mean? So it may actually make me take those down and sell those because I'm not going to have the full crew on those card backs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of a weird. It's kind of making me go the other direction and end up getting rid of some stuff maybe down the road. I don't know.
That's my point. Like I feel like this is going to drive people sort of away in a way, you know, because you got to pay $8 more to get a key character from Rogue One in Vintage Collection.
I got Jared up there and no base, you know.
For me, the biggest problem for me is they don't do it all at once, right?
Right.
And there isn't, like, the logical thing to do would be release all of the figures along with a U-wing, like a properly scaled U-wing.
Yeah.
I would buy all of them in that case.
Like a HasLab.
Hell yeah. Or HasLab or made to order, whatever way they want to deliver that product. But I would buy all of the figures and the vehicle if they came out all at once. I'm not going to invest in the all the different characters when they just trickle things out here and there. So I empathize with the TVC community on that. Like, I guess I'm kind of part of it in some respect, but I consider myself a bigger Black Series collector. But yeah, like it's not that I don't want like bays or to go back and get like Chirrut and a Jin Urso and like everyone else. But frankly, like I don't know. I have Cassian and K2 in the corner of the cantina. Like my
Okay.
cantina is just a mishmash of like rando
Yeah.
characters.
As it should be, Eric. That, in my opinion, right?
Well, like that's the only thing you could do because they don't have all the cantina
Right,
characters.
because you
Yeah.
can't
Right?
make generics. So
Yeah.
so just to show these are, this is the one I was talking about. It's a little bit of a different cable, right? These were
Oh, yeah,
deluxes,
yeah.
He
but
comes with,
that
like, a
is everything
blaster
that came with the deluxe.
When
right?
in Kenner days, just that weapon was considered an accessory, like it was a
Right,
mini
and then
that had its
the
own.
turret piece moves, and then here's like the little flame trooper guy, and then
Yeah.
he came with all the flames and the
yeah.
Grogu. And I didn't buy this at the full regular price either. This eventually
No,
went
I
on
found
clearance.
all those at like some discount store or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They weren't
so it's one of those things that, like, with bays, if I was really collecting all of those vintage collections, I would just wait for the toe pivot version, which is going to be regular price.
Can you imagine if they did toe pivot in TVC?
It would be so hard. Those would be, they would probably fall off.
Oh,
But
yeah.
this,
That'd be crazy.
what I was going to ask earlier is, so my father called me in, I want to say now it's been almost a week ago. It was after our last show, so maybe it was like Monday or Tuesday. And there was someone on his stock channel talking about Hasbro increasing their prices. And he, when it was something to do with toys or comics, he generally is like, you got to see this, come in here, And so he pauses it and rewinds and lets me watch it. And they were, and the representative from Hasbro that they were interviewing, they were talking about the first quarter of toys and how things are going since Christmas. And then he said, we think we're at a point, though, where we're going to, because of petroleum prices going up and what's happening over in the Middle East and different things like that. And
Of course.
things that are going on in China that are raising the prices of things. They may have to increase again this year to another 23%. They said up to 23%. So I looked, and I'm trying to find an article, and the only one I found was, it says Hasbro is implementing another price increase across its toy lines later in 2026, largely driven by tariff, rising costs of plastic, and things going on with Chinese manufacturing. Expect the prices to go up by $3 or more. Collectors are expressing dissatisfaction considering reducing the amount they purchase and looking for alternate lower priced options. So it's like 23% would have meant that like a TVC went from $20 to $24. So it'd be $23.99 would be the new price point. So that's like a $4, where they're saying it might only be a $3 increase. So maybe they'll go to $22.99. But this $28 figure, do you think there's a little bit of testing the water there? Where they're saying, no, there's another price increase coming the second half of 2026.
I think there's a lot.
Days out as a deluxe, see how many we sell, and maybe we'll know our upper limit of this is, as you know what I mean?
Okay, so I think they've been testing the waters on this for a while, and I think that, right? If you watch Mr. Stevie over on his ToyTube channel and hear and listen to actually what he's saying, and when he goes on other things, and especially around that HasLab with the Tron, and listen to what he said about the TVC and how invested he is in this 3.75 inch figure line, right? And then all his reasons and stuff, which I feel like are his marketing strategy, right? To talk about the 3.7 and to try to make you feel how great the 3.75 inch line is and how good the tooling is. And when he said that the value I think he said it was the value is equal, if not better, right? Because of the tooling that's going into the TVC. But if you know or listen to other people and they talk about the way production's being run, when you're talking about removing like labor costs by doing the double injection molding and then adding the additional paint on automated paint swiper, right? Like where you don't actually have people going in and doing that. You're eliminating all those labor costs and your figures getting manufactured more with just the equipment. That production cost is going down. Now, I'm not saying that like oil obviously is going to drive the price of plastic up, whatever. That's inherently going to happen, right? But you got this better tooling, better manufacturing, which is lowering the cost. If they could get the TVC to sell at the Black Series price, their profit is way more than selling you twice as much plastic at the same price, right? So I know it's like pennies, but if you listen to like, you know, people that were in the business saying like, they wouldn't let you put an extra accessory because they're counting the pennies. Because you think about what Hasbro's cost is, it's real small, right? And Target's, so say the the retail price is $25. Target's probably only paying like $12 for that figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If that, because they're making at least 50%. So Hasbro's cost has got to be like has got to be way lower than that.
Well, like
it's got to be in the like the $3 range, $4 range. So if you're talking about a Black Series versus TVC, and I'm just speculating now, right? Because I'm not in the industry. It's just basically what I've read on the internet. And I mean, the internet can be wrong. I would say that plastic wise, it costs pennies more to make a Black Series than it does to make a TVC.
You're probably true. Yeah.
So if you're selling a TVC figure for the same price as a Black Series, you're making more money.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that, assuming that's true, that's also assuming they sell more TVC to make up, you know, like if you sell more than it's like, or sell the same, it's obviously going to weigh in favor of whatever gives them better margins. Even if the margins are smaller one way or another, but in this case, let's say the margins are smaller in Black Series, they probably sell more Black Series.
Yeah.
I bet they so it's not just looking for the higher margin items. It's looking for what gives them the most amount of revenue.
Yeah. And we've said what Jew Punk is saying there for a couple of times. Yeah, if something is a retooled figure, shouldn't it be cheaper because it's all old tooling?
Here's where I think that they do make allowances for that. Now we just got this right here. He's saying like, yeah, you're not going to get that if it's a re-release, right? Like you're saying like they've already did all the tooling, they're saving all the money, they're re-releasing the figure. But I think where you do see a cost savings with that is when they say, let's make a troop builder pack. And they just eliminate the packaging for you and put it in a box and give you 4 troopers. And you are getting it a little bit cheaper that way, right? But yeah, they still have to make a certain amount on that figure because they're in the business to make money and they have shareholders. So I get that they're not going to 50% off that figure. But I also think that when they come out with a character like that Baze, they don't got to jack up the price to $28 and call it a deluxe because they've made more money elsewhere. It's that same concept that when Mr. Siva was talking about there's 50% fewer people buying TVC than Black Series, yet 100% more people are buying TVC HasLabs than would buy a Star Wars Black Series HasLab, right? Because none of them are funded. So
yeah, but that's a poor comparison for several reasons.
No, but what I'm saying is if you took the profit from anything considered TVC, including HasLabs, is the money they made on that version
No,
of Star Wars equal to the money they're making on Black Series Star Wars. That's
well, it's clearly enough to keep them in both scales.
right.
Right.
But I also feel like inevitably they may. I
Yeah.
feel like Hasbro may try to ditch or reduce Black Series.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I hope not. They're better figures.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I can just see lack of oil being like an excuse, right? Like, oh, well, remember in the 70s, oil crisis, we had to make smaller figures.
Yeah.
Well, we can't just justify making these 6-inch figures anymore. Then all of a sudden, does it bleed over into Marvel Legends? Does it bleed over into
Classified.
yeah, that type of stuff?
Because the other
We'll
thing
see.
I was worried about with the price increase is that if they add 23% to a what are 6-inch figures now, $27.99?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like
Wouldn't that make them around $32.99?
something.
Yeah, so it's like, when is that going to be too far for some people? Like, I hit my limit. I really hit it when it went from 24 to 27, and I
Right.
wasn't happy at 24. You know what I mean? 99. So that's where I really started scaling down what I was buying, because at $20, I was pretty much buying everything that came out. Black Series, Marvel Legends, like if it was comic book related Marvel Legends. But now I'm very picky with which ones I get. You know what I mean? Like, and if it goes up to $32.99, there's a lot where I would just say, like, I wouldn't buy Watto. I wouldn't buy, I ordered Watto because it's right on the edge. You know, it's something I think looks cool. It would be cool to have him. And Namasu or whatever, the clone or Kaminoan girl, I ordered that one because it looks cool, and I'm considering getting Dooku because Eric showed them and it looked really good. But if they start hitting $32.99, I'm really gonna be out. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm not getting anything now.
Well, you're gonna be super picky and choosy is what's gonna end up happening. And I feel like you can say that you can do the thing like, hey, you know costs are going up, but you understand that their profit margin's pretty big. And you just wonder, like, at what point does a company say, hey, let's try to, like, keep these consumers or whatever. And that doesn't happen in the real world. That only happens in the movies, like that Mr. Mom, where they lower the price on the schooner tuna. You know what I mean? Because they're the tuna with a heart. You're not expecting that to happen, in the real world or anything.
I don't.
Even the other company that makes the military style action figures, when they went from over $30 to what they are now, right? They changed their packaging from a box to a card with a bubble. And that card with bubble is cheaper than a box. Yeah. But they said that the savings was because we're making so much. But it really is a combination of, maybe they were making more figures and they're going to save money with this new packaging design.
And what if they did that? What if we just said, you know what, screw the packaging, just give us a plain white box that says Stormtrooper on it? You know what I mean? Like,
well, nobody bought those, John. They were called plastic-free packages.
No artwork on it, nothing. Just, you know what I mean? Like,
that would be so hilarious. Like Eric's mail-in program. Like, I'm going to join this membership club to get every figure, and you can just ship it to me in a plain box or bag.
Or that. If it saves me $5 a figure, I might go for it.
If you're an out of box collector,
you're right.
That's the most surprising thing to me, is that they're not looking at different ways to satisfy the market and work around price increases, right? They could get clever with these things if they want. Now, it's not like you can do that for retail, right? Or selling wholesale to other places like Big Bad or Entertainment Earth or whatever, right?
Yeah, realistically, when you're in an
It would
aisle
be like
at
a Pulse
Walmart,
exclusive
gotta have-
kind of thing.
Yeah.
when you're in an aisle at Walmart or Target, you've got to have an attractive looking package. You can't.
Well,
Yeah,
I tell you,
you can't.
I went to Target to, I was out looking around for stuff. I was looking for that Moff Gideon at Ross, so I stop at Target. I can't believe, like at Target, they have G.I. Joe Stalker on the shelf, and he's over there at Ross. And then they have the Superman action figure, that 5-pack with like the crypto and the little baby, and it's at Ross. And like all the figures that I see on the shelf at Target, half of them are at Ross. It's just crazy right now to go to a regular store and see stuff at full price, and then go to a discount store and be able to find exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Stalker at Ross.
You haven't seen him?
But
You
you're
need
right,
him?
though. I still see him at the Target, though.
Yeah.
Do you need $9.99?
That's crazy. No, I got him. Yeah, I got him.
All right, because I can go back. There were like 7 of them.
Dang.
All right. Anyways, this is a part of the show we like to call Bragging Camp. Does anybody have anything they want to show off this week?
I got
Anybody?
a few things.
I'm broke.
I don't think I got
it.
anything. Yeah.
My sink this week.
So
Oh, you got a
my,
picture sink?
Oh, he got Quinlan Voss. Yeah.
my
Okay.
Quinlan Voss came in.
Conan the Barbarian with a lightsaber.
So some
He's a
pretty
cool
good detail.
character. I
I'm
really like
surprised
that.
they did his tattoos.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that he's got swivel hips,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
or not swivel hips, swivel thighs, thigh swivel.
Is he wearing
Yes.
the
I'm out of-
acolyte
I'm
belt?
out of it. I don't know. I'd have to compare. I think this is unique to his. I'm not sure there's overlap with the acolyte with that, but it's a cool figure. And then this guy also came in.
Oh,
I haven't even opened this yet. This is really cool.
Oh.
packaging.
Yes.
Oh wait, those are the little guys, right? The little.
No.
Oh, really?
No. This is the 4-pack of the GB1, like the 84
Oh.
Ghostbusters from the rooftop scene.
Yeah.
So they did the re-release of these with new head sculpts and whatnot, where each of them get the streams that go on the neutrino wands.
Now, are they
Basically,
how-
because they did the HasLab and they didn't like they
They
wanted to
didn't
make
have
sure
figures
people
for
could get
sale.
80. They wanted to make sure people could get 84 figures if they didn't get them the first time around.
How are
So
they?
I
You
haven't-
didn't open that yet, or
I have not
How are they?
Oh, this is really cool.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Going up to Gozer.
Yeah,
There's a
fancy looking.
piece of tissue in there.
Yeah, there is a big tissue.
Is that still available, or is it sold out?
I think it's still available. I think it's in stock on Pulse.
Okay, so they did 4 figures in one bubble tray. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I haven't even looked at inside this yet.
Yeah.
You get to see it before me.
Please
That's
see.
cool.
You got the HasLab, right?
I got 2 of them. I got the one base and one deluxe, so I could have
Can you
GB1 and GB2.
do some head sculpt side by sides?
So they don't
not
have any
easy- not right
marshmallows.
No, not right now, but like take some pictures or something when you get around to it.
Sure.
They should have had
Yeah.
little blobs of marshmallow
There's
you
the-
could keep onto them, so that it looks like they got covered.
Here's
in-
so here's the head sculpt. So you got Winston, Peter Venkman,
Do you think those are? Oh yeah, that's
Ray Stantz,
a little bit different.
and Egon Spengler.
All right. I'm just curious to know how close they are to the, if they use the same similar head sculpts to the
No.
HasLab.
They look different.
No. They're different. They that I can say without a shadow of a doubt they're different than the GB2
Okay.
head sculpts, especially Winston. Winston's got no mustache in.
So Winston
GB2.
actually probably looks way better here than he does in the Ghostbusters, because I was like, I don't know who this guy is in the HasLab.
Yeah. The one head sculpt that kind of I don't really like is Venkman's.
Yeah,
I think it could have been a little bit better.
I wonder if Bill Murray said yeah for a face scan, or if he just said nope. do an artistic likeness.
Maybe they gave him the Jim Carrey face skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clone.
This is really cool. The packaging is really cool. So
Yeah, I like that fold out. Yeah. But I think I would have liked some marshmallow to clip onto the guy here and there and over their face or something.
Yeah.
Like some
You
slime.
kind of make
You
it
can make
look
some,
like after it blew up.
you could just melt some marshmallow on them.
I wish they made more of the mini puffs.
Yeah, that's what I thought we might have had there when you first.
Nope. I only got the mini puffs that came with the proton pack. I
That's
didn't
a
get
nice
the
looking box.
yeah. So
Good job on that packaging.
Yeah.
John?
I didn't get anything this week.
All right. Dan, you got a
Nothing.
kitchen sink? Everything but the kitchen
Yeah,
sink?
well, the drain came to a complete standstill. So
I didn't know if I showed this off before, but like I did take the GI Joe police officer and I gave him like this belt that came off in an Action Force because that's how I feel like it would have been. And then I swapped out the legs with Shipwreck to kind of give him a more regular
nice.
look.
So you don't have-
Then
his original legs had all the gear on it, right?
they were like tactical pants with like
Yeah.
boots, and then his holster was around his leg, or not his holster. His around his leg was his taser, because up here what they put was his gun up here, and so I just did a little swapping around, gave him, which I felt was like the right kind of like a belt. It's a little bit loose. I wish it was like a little bit, but I feel like it works a little bit better for me, like to make him look a little bit more like he's just a regular street dude.
Mhm.
All right, that's pretty much it. The TV and movie news you didn't know you needed. You guys watching anything this week?
Oh,
I
liked
need to
that
rewatch
episode of
Monarch.
Yeah,
Monarch was good.
I fell asleep. I've been
Big monsters.
working so much. I watched it like the first 5 minutes and passed out last night.
Oh, really? It was good.
Not
I thought it
not
was
be,
pretty-
not because it wasn't good, just because I've been
No, that it has like a little bit of a slow pull on it to me. That because, but it's well written, so it kind of keeps
Yeah.
me in there. But yeah, I can see if you're tired, you're just gonna be like,
What I-
I've been working like 18-hour days this entire week, so I'm beat up.
One thing I find fascinating about it is in general, I feel like a lot of people seem to like Monarch, and they think the show is really good.
It's really good,
And I
and it's
remember-
probably one of the best shows with flashbacks.
And I remember getting into arguments a couple of years ago when I said, why don't they get comic book writers to write for Marvel and DC movies and TV shows? That would make perfect sense. And everybody went, well, the comic book writers can't write TV. They can't write movies. They suck. They can only write comics. And Monarch is written by Matt Fraction.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know
One of
that.
the greatest comic book writers of all time.
of course it is.
One of the best TV shows, you know?
Of course, the theme is
So-
monsters, right? So, talking about flashbacks,
Fraction has written. He's currently writing Batman, and he's
Yeah.
done tons of Marvel and DC. And he's one of the best comic book writers, in my opinion.
all right. Talking about flashbacks, Eric, this Scarpetta is about a medical examiner, and Nicole Kidman is in the future, and then they flash back to her earlier part of her career where she's played by a different actor. The character's played by a different actress. But if you
It's,
allow medical examiner shows, this
is
one's
this a was there an older? See, I was confused by the trailer because it makes it sound like there was a show like Scrubs is back. You know how, and it made it sound like, was there a show like 10 or 15 years ago with her character in it where they did some of that stuff, and this is a continuation of that?
this show has got the future and the past, so they do flashbacks.
Okay, so it's just doing
it's
it
tying
within the
it in.
one show. Okay,
But if you're not sure if there have ever been shows about medical examiners, Quincy Crossing
well,
Jordan,
yeah, I know that. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
On West Waikiki, yeah.
And I did
then-
watch the Young Sherlock. I like it so far. I'm happy.
The
with
Young
it.
Sherlock.
Yeah, I've watched 3 or 4 episodes. It's pretty good.
Is anybody
So
else
far,
watching?
I haven't finished it, so I don't know how it's gonna come
I
out. But
didn't.
I've enjoyed so far.
I didn't realize. Well, I'm looking at the picture, and I didn't realize that Guy Ritchie was involved with this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then I saw when in the middle of one of the episodes, there's like a fight scene, and I was like, "Oh, that is a total throwback to
Yeah.
the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr." And then I
There's
looked
a
it up
guy
and realized he's like
Guy
a
Ritchie
creator,
scene in
and
it.
yeah, so he's involved. You guys watching that show at all? Young Sherlock? Anybody else?
No.
Yeah, if you like that time period and stuff like that, I think it's a good show. It had a pretty good twist. I finished it yesterday, John. I watched one episode a day is what I did. I held myself to it. The interesting part of this show, if you're not watching it, is the guy on the opposite, the guy with the striped jacket, that's Sherlock Holmes. And then the other guy with the checkered suit, that's James Moriarty.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like they're at
And
least
so
so far
they're-
they're friends in the.
Yeah,
but
so they're friends in this kind
I'm
of.
wondering if this is going to show their
Huh.
Obviously.
party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. I
So,
saw that and I
no.
wasn't really convinced. I usually like Guy Ritchie stuff, but something about this just seemed like it wasn't like good for the time period. It just seemed like I don't know.
It had I watched the whole thing. I watched one episode a day so that I could like think about the episodes and not just binge through it. I did want to watch the next episode as soon as one was over, but I chose to not do it. I was going to do one episode a week, but I just wanted to watch it. So
Yeah.
then now you see me, now you don't is on Stars. I think that's the third one
Yeah, I
in the
haven't-
trilogy.
I
So-
will watch that eventually, but I haven't seen it because I enjoyed the other ones. They were fun.
Yeah. So if you have Stars,
And I watched Zootopia Part 2. It's on
Well, I
Disney.
need to.
Did
I
you?
started watching that a little bit last night with my
Yeah.
toddler, but didn't get through all of it.
I was all right with it. It was fun.
Zootopia.
I didn't realize that it's been like 12 years since the last one. I thought that Zootopia came out like 3 years ago or something. I was like, holy crap. When I
I
looked at
didn't
the
realize there was a Mario movie in the theater.
yeah.
Oh, that's out in theaters.
They kind of
Isn't it?
snuck that one in the theaters, like with that. I don't remember seeing any trailers or having
Oh, you
any.
mean there's a new
Oh,
one?
I saw
There's a new Mario movie?
trailers for it, but I just didn't know it was in the theater.
Yeah,
I
that is a
just
sequel
went to
the-
Target and stuff.
When was I just saw the mushroom
just went-
one with
Yeah, I just went to Target and saw like all the toys and figured there's got to be a movie in the theaters.
Yeah, no, it's April 1st.
Oh, okay, so it's not out yet. I mean, the stores are lined, ready for kids to run right from the theater to Target.
Yeah, I
So
saw
hopefully
that.
it'll be good.
And yeah, Judge Scrubs is back. I watched the first episode and I mean I
What's
don't
that
know if
about?
it still works for today,
What-
but
So
another doctor show, yeah. The comedy
Okay,
one
so-
from the 20 years ago.
is there going to be a Firefly reboot, or was it just?
I
the Funko
really
Pop?
think there is a new Firefly coming because on Nathan Fillion's, is it on his Instagram? He's been knocking on the door of every cast member and putting up
Yeah,
a
but
video
then they-
once per day.
But then they did a big reveal for Funko Pops.
For Firefly Funko. Or they did
Yeah,
that?
now you
Yeah.
can get the whole.
So I
Ew.
think that these guys are right when they, is it tomorrow they're doing the announcement? Yeah, I think they're going to say that they got everybody back except for that one person that doesn't want to come back, but everybody
Now,
else
how-
is gonna be back.
How are you going to feel when they come out tomorrow and they announce the remastered Blu-ray DVD set with extra features is going to be available?
Yeah, and it won't be a new show. Yeah, it won't be a new show. Yeah, that'll be funny. But I really hope, like, for me, I'm not excited because, okay, when Firefly came out and I watched that first season with everybody else as it was coming out, I absolutely loved that show. I thought there was a fantastic cast. The way the captain was done, like when he kicked that guy into the engine because he didn't give him the right answers, you know what I was like, holy crap, this is not a Star Trek captain. This guy is like ruthless. You don't kick a smuggler into an engine and kill him. And no captain does that. So I was like, this is a really cool and well written show, really good characters. And then it got into like further seasons down the road, and they had these like rage enemies or whatever the heck those were with the red paint and stuff. And I was like, this is just so dumb. This is the stupidest. And then they went into Serenity, and the movie was horrible. And I was like, they ruined the whole show for me. So
okay, we just lost like 10 viewers.
Wow. Yeah,
if it picks up from like season 2,
people just stopped watching.
I'm pretty
based
sure
on
you
that
just
review of
hit
Firefly.
the fan base here.
If it picks up from season 2, I'm happy. But if it picks up from the movie,
I have a banner, right?
This is just gonna suck too.
This is a good opportunity to remind the viewers that the opinions and views of the panel are not necessarily.
You guys actually liked that movie. You thought Serenity was a good
entire
film?
reason that they put that movie together was because they had outcry from the fans. There was that many people.
Yeah, and it was terrible. They could have done a better job. You know what I mean?
Gary's got a message for you, John.
You actually think Serenity was a good movie? It ruined the franchise.
Now I will tell you the one show I liked was Babylon 5. I did like that one.
Yeah,
I know.
Talk about Babylon 5.
I'll get heat.
They
for
did
that.
the same thing with Babylon 5 though. Crusade was so bad.
Super grumpy geek show.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, this is the hot or not section. These are the toys revealed this week that you didn't know you needed. We're gonna rewind these and take a look. Okay, here is that $8 deluxe sticker that you can get with Baze Mobius as part of the Rogue One set. Now, I was gonna. I'm sorry, what?
Malbus.
Oh, Malbus. Okay. I was. Mobius. Yeah, I said that. You know what? Let me go back really quick to this other one, and tell me which sticker placement you guys like best.
It's got to be lower like that. Yeah, the Mandalorian one's wrong. Yeah.
Do you think those deluxe stickers are going to be like one of those things that like it's like a quality control thing where the sticker's never going to be in the same place on two different figures? Now, if you buy this, will you keep the sticker on or take the sticker off?
Well, it's an $8 sticker, Vern. Why would you take it off?
Yeah, I have to keep it on because otherwise
it
wouldn't be like correct packaging. That's just as bad as painting the figure.
Because they actually made a big deal that this is a easily removed sticker, but I feel like because it's sold by the manufacturer with that sticker, doesn't it retain like its collectability if you're an inbox person to have the sticker rather than to not have the sticker? And if you get one and it doesn't have the sticker, do you think you can write to Hasbro and say, can you send me the sticker?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just pushing here. What do you guys think about this 2-pack?
This is Walmart Collector Con stuff for next week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got 2 carded figures in the box. That's interesting.
Welcome to the show.
Do we have this clone? We don't have this clone on TV.
The 212th Airborne. No.
Yeah. It's a cool looking figure.
Now the thing is, they've done this before, right? Where they put like 2 carded figures in a package, but they have done it with retro collection. Have they done that with vintage collection before?
Yeah, they did Jedi Revan and HK47.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then
and then they also did it with the Wicket and Nisa.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wicket and Nisa, yeah.
So is this Kenobi? Is it different than the previous version? Is it like
it's new from what I understand?
It's new. They gave him the force push hand, right? The cloak, did he previously come with soft goods?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has on TVC, but there have been cloaks with Obi-Wan like that in the past, but yeah, I this is what I say too with the GIJOE. if you want to army build this clone trooper, you kind of can't because you'll end up with 10 Obi-Wans. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is to me like a good 2-pack because you can always use an extra trooper, right? Like if you
only
gonna
if
do
they
a
make the
2-pack,
trooper on its own as well, right?
yeah, you know, like because I'm a Black Series collector, so that Bush Leia with the Luke in the disguise, I wish it would have came with like a stormtrooper or something like that instead.
This should have been Cody, and the 212th Airborne should have come with more 212th. There should have been like a 212th Army Builder pack.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
The named characters should have been carded, and they should have just done all the
if
like
he came
Airborne
with
yeah.
That even would make sense if he came with Cody, you know, and Utapau, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the 212th Airborne was on Utapau as well.
They were there too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it would have made more sense to have Cody and then have the Airborne with other 212th troopers, like do a mix.
Yeah, back when they made those 5 POA Rebels figures, you remember that time period? All of them they had them by themselves, but they also had those 2-packs where you got like Zeb and a stormtrooper, and you got Ezra and a stormtrooper, and you got like a Wookiee and a stormtrooper. And I remember buying all those 2-packs just to build an army of stormtroopers. You know what I mean? So I've got 6 or 8 of those 5 POA Rebels versions of stormtroopers, only because they kept all the other figures were coming with stormtroopers as a sort of like build-in pack, you know, and they did that in the past with, I think, episode 1 figures where they had a lot of those main characters come with a battle droid. So you could end up, you got your Padme, but you also got a battle droid. You got your Anakin, but you also got a battle droid. So you could get all those main characters, but then you'd have an army of battle droids for them to fight by the time you were done, you know?
Right.
I thought they did think that was a cool idea, but back then they had multiple characters coming with the trooper, whereas now it's just Obi-Wan. Whereas if they did like Obi-Wan with an Utapau trooper, Anakin with an Utapau trooper, you know, Mace Windu with an Utapau trooper, you could get like you would be army building them as you bought all your main characters.
That wouldn't make sense for all those other Jedi, though. They weren't on that planet.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So these
Daredevil Batman? Is that a Daredevil?
Yeah, that's
Batman?
what I was confused about.
Yeah, these are like, I guess, the page punchers or whatever. And I'm like, I don't collect the McFarlane, so do these look like they are actually like the McFarlane, or do they look a little bit like cheaper versions?
How big are they? Because they have like 2 different page punchers, right? Don't they have the little ones?
Yeah, these are the bigger ones.
Okay.
From my understanding, these are like the regular sized page punchers.
If they were the little ones, then they look about on par. But the big ones, yeah, the face looks weird.
Do we feel like he's just trying to maximize his DC?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, if you were a business, you know you're losing the license, just pump everything out, get it all out there, and try to make as much as you can before it goes away. Oh, they're doing what's that Rage guy? What's that guy's name from the Orange Lantern guy?
I don't know, but his head looks really small to me. Is that Iron Man?
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
That one, it looks like he's wearing like a polo helmet or like a jockey helmet.
And he's got nunchucks.
like an old football helmet.
I don't know what's going on over there. I mean, are they really making money? Because I'm pretty sure any and all this stuff is going to be at Ross.
Oh, look at that.
Now, Superman looks a little bit wrongly sized. If you look at the, in the back, you can see that he's much smaller. So,
well, that figure was supposed to be huge. He's taller.
Yeah, so he's much bigger. I just enlarged, Superman with the weapons just so you can kind of see him better.
Enhance.
Lobo with the shark. That's funny.
Is that the
Super
same
Troopers.
shark that came with the king shark though? No, the king shark I had.
Or is that a
legs.
dolphin? Is that a dolphin or a shark?
I don't
Looks
know.
like
But
a
it looks like
dolphin.
he's just
Yeah, it might be a dolphin.
getting ready to get stepped on or something.
I don't know Lobo, so I don't know the reference and why there'd be a dolphin.
Now I'm interested in the Supergirl, and shouldn't she have like a red skirt?
I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. What era of Supergirl is this?
And maybe it's different. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point in the comics during the 50s or 60s, she could have had a.
Oh, that's true because the head sculpt does look a little bit more like a
Yeah,
older
right?
look,
Somewhere
right?
older. Yeah.
The hair looks, yeah.
Hopefully she comes with some different hands though, because I can just see like if you're stuck with fists, that's not gonna.
Yeah.
And then
Shazam.
Okay.
Kazak Canary.
yeah, it's supposed to be the Black Canary. I think she comes with another head sculpt, but I didn't see any pictures of it. But I'm like,
I get that one.
that looks bad to me.
Oh, that's
Are those soft good fishnets or are those like painted on?
I don't know, Eric.
the Mattel one was soft goods, and
Okay.
I so regret selling that. That was one of my favorites.
That Black Canary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
The
great.
thing is, I feel like the fishnet legs, was that one of the tiers on that Harlequin?
Yeah, Harlequin. Yeah, you're right.
And so now they were like, oh, great, we sold enough of those Harlequins, we can now use the same legs on the Black Canary.
Is this supposed to be from the show or?
Okay, so the fishnets are real.
Nice.
Have they done any from like the Arrowverse show, like
I don't think
series?
so. I think Mattel had done those, right?
Yeah, like who had done those last? Yeah, McFarlane hasn't touched the TV shows, have they?
No, I don't think so.
And who's the cowboy guy again? I had his name on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it.
Wilbur?
Wilbur? Is that?
No, I don't.
John Wayne.
No. I remember him. Oh,
Rawhide?
Is that Rawhide? Yeah.
Rawhide Kid?
Rawhide? Yeah.
All right. Well, I will not be buying any of those, unfortunately.
Another Joker.
Yeah. Did you guys see this? GIJOE? Is this
Yeah.
the same dude that had the jetpack and the cereal box?
This is Duke.
Oh, okay.
It's another
What
version.
version of Duke is this?
USA Duke. Yeah, is this John? Do you know that one? Is that
No, I don't remember this version of Duke, but it
Okay, me neither.
could have been later on in the series that I don't.
I'm curious as to why he needed to paint his machine gun white.
Yep, he likes
So
it
you
now.
put the red star on the stock, or the red stock in the star. Duh.
Yeah, what is that red with the star? Is he working for the other side?
Maybe.
But then it would be a red star.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, on white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that Joker looked awesome. I can't believe you don't want that Joker.
This one?
They're calling him
No, I'm good.
Emu Captain America.
That's the one I've been waiting for.
Timu Captain America either.
Did you say Timu Captain America?
That's
Yeah.
what they said. Yeah.
And then was this a surprise? I mean, this came out like what I want to know is what's in the other half of the box. Is it that crate?
Yeah.
So
Gotta
the ramp rats come with one crate or two crates?
Probably one crate, right?
So two.
Oh, I
figures
get what
in
you're
each
saying.
crate.
There's two stacked on top of each other there. Yeah, I don't know.
So because the two figures are off to one side, and it seems like there's a lot of room on that side of the box. Right. So obviously for the crates, it's different packaging to me because you would expect that whole thing to be open so you could see everything you're getting.
Are they at 250 figures? They're not at 250 figures. Is that real?
Yeah, they're getting there. They're like,
Because it says here that the Duke The reason he's colored that way. Oh, it's the 250th of anniversary of America version. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what
It's
that
the
is?
250th version, like celebration Duke. So I was like, they haven't made 250 figures, have they? That's crazy. And then I realized that this is the 250th anniversary or whatever you want to call it. So that's celebrating America. That's why he's colored that way.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. And then he's got to fight these ramp rats while they hide inside their crates.
Yes.
And then these guys
are.
What?
I was going to say, the guy's got a light stick on the end of his flashlight. So are they directing traffic at the airport, guys?
Yeah, you can see the picture. You got all those rattlers flying around in the picture.
Yeah, so they're Cobra airplane.
Yeah, I'm gonna
mechanics.
When they reissue the Rattler, that's when I'm gonna get one. Some more McFarlane. Super 7 is also doing a 250 colorways in their reaction. Judge Dress said they are the ground crew.
Yeah, ground crew. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Now these guys have soft goods, and I kind of like Batman's like jacket.
He's got a wired cape on that blue one, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the other one's got a wired cape. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's a pretty traditional Batman, that blue and gray, you know, that's cool.
Yeah. And a wired cape.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what Mattel comes out with.
Those pockets on the belt for the black one looks really big.
The pockets?
Yeah, look how big they are.
Well, if they're his utility belt, he's got to keep his stuff in there.
Yeah, but the other guy can keep it in smaller pouches.
Yeah, because he's got tiny stuff. This guy's got good stuff.
Cell phones in every pouch.
Yeah, like he's probably it's like Batman Noir, so the 30s, right? So his cell phone is probably made with like transistors in it.
Yeah, it's got vacuum
tubes, right?
Yeah, vacuum tubes inside there. Yeah.
And then I guess some
Jurassic
dinosaurs coming out.
Jurassic Park stuff. Yeah, that's that hybrid weird dinosaur that never existed with the wings.
Right.
You getting any of these, John? I know you're a big dinosaur collector.
I do need a Dilophosaurus, but I've been waiting for one that's to scale with the other dinosaurs I have. They tend to upscale the Dilophosaurus, so he's too big. And so he's not to scale with the other dinosaurs that I have.
What about these?
No. These are mutant dinosaurs that were made just for the movie. They're not real.
So not real dinosaurs? That's your
I don't
cutoff?
get those. Yeah, I get the realistic looking ones that...
All right. You only get realistic dinosaurs.
And it's a certain scale that I'm going for that all kind of work together.
Are these like mutates too?
The one on the left is the Indominus, right? Yeah. But that Protoceratop looks like a little baby one. That might be... Again, it depends on how big he is, you know?
Yeah, I get it. All right. And then this is dropping on March 18th. This is from the Predator Badlands. Dan, are you picking this one up?
Absolutely.
Is it a two-pack? Two-pack?
Yeah, two-pack.
Yeah. I got deck on pre-order.
Wow.
It's a deluxe because it doesn't come with legs. They're just going to put a sticker on the box.
I was going to say, make sure it's got the sticker. As long as it's got the sticker, I'm in.
All right. And then this is the 1/6 Mondo. This is a very retro looking Daredevil.
This should be deluxe. Look at all those accessories.
Well, this is going to be like $1 million or $300 or whatever because it's their 1/6 scale, so 12-inch.
He says it's a 1.5 pack, not a 2-pack. Sorry.
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, that's why it's a deluxe.
Yeah.
All right. If I was into I'm not really collecting any 12-inch action figures anymore, but unless they were like vintage Joes or if I'm customizing a Joe or something, but I would want this Daredevil.
Yeah,
I think I saw. Speaking of 12-inch, I think I saw. I think Vern, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong about the scale, but I saw in Disney Store they're gonna be re-releasing Mondo Avengers.
Oh, the Migos.
Or sorry, she's not Mondo. Migo, yes. Sorry. That was the Daredevil was Mondo. Yeah, the Migos.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I put the picture in here, but if we don't, I'll pop it up because I did want to show those off. Let me see if
I think those come out March 20th at 8 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah. Jeez. So I have the pictures for it. If they're not in the slideshow, if I forgot to put them in there, I'll show them off. I'll pull them up. These are some tigers. I saw them on the 5K toys, and they were shared on Twitter, is why my attention was brought to them, and they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's a trick because if you go to 5K's website, it looks like they're only $12.
What?
But that's not true. That's just the deposit.
Oh, I got you.
To get, are they 112?
Yeah, they're 112. And then they have they have different levels or whatever, so you can get the ones with armor and stuff like that. And I think they look pretty cool. So showing those off. Thank you.
They look like, with the armor on, they look like they came out of Diablo 4. They have tiger mounts with armor like this in Diablo 4, especially the green armor.
Yeah,
that actually looks like the armor in Diablo 4. You know,
they're gonna get this white one for the Neve from Mythic Legions. Am I right on that? Okay, so then we get into 12-inch action figures, and the Rick O'Connell from The Mummy is being sold by Factory Entertainment. So those are the same guys that did the Viper with the Battlestar Galactica. So they launched this one on Friday. It's $325 basically, but it's currently early bird price $275. So $50 off the regular price.
And you get that book with it? Like those accessories?
Yeah, it comes with a ton of accessories basically. Yeah. I don't think I put the accessory thing on there, but this is up. Now I'm curious for the Hot Toys collectors. Does this make you want to jump in? Is the price competitive with like Hot Toys? Gary saying that the head sculpt is very weak.
I'd say it's pretty competitive with Hot Toys. I mean, you get all the cloth goods, all the accessories. Yeah, it's like you just have to see the construction when you get one in hand to compare them and see, you know,
whether or not the body's worthwhile and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So Gary said the head sculpt is weak, but I feel like it's probably made of the same material as other head sculpts. So
and how's that hair like done, you know, compared to a Hot Toy hair? You know,
the Hot Toy hair is like real hair, right?
Not all the time. Sometimes they're plastic. Yeah.
Okay, so I
just depends on the figure.
I did not scrutinize the pictures on these, but
yeah.
Have some.
Speaking of the Mummy, though, I mean that's another one that could come back too. You know, I mean
that could be a really cool 6-inch line if somebody were to pick that up, just because of this new movie that's coming out, and they got.
Is there a new movie? Because that's what I was going to say. Like that was I enjoyed those movies when they came out, so it's something that could come back and they could try another movie. Because
Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser are coming back, and I think Oded Fair is coming back for a Mummy, and it's supposed to be a continuation and stuff like that. So I think it could be really good.
The book opens up too. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, does it? Yeah, that's
neat. They use the key and open it up.
So these are coming soon. These are supposedly pending licensor approval. These are the Jurassic Park. If you don't recognize them, they're holding the same flare from both ends. I thought it was cool, that vehicle in the background, and then they say the vehicle's not included, but I wonder if these sell well, if they'll consider doing additional stuff like the vehicle for the
I was
12-inch
gonna say, I
figure.
wonder if the Jeep, if they'll sell the Jeep, or what was that, a Ford Explorer? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I think
Mm,
so, yeah.
or
I
whatever.
can't
Yeah,
remember.
it's whatever they got pictured. I don't know if they have a
One of them
mock-up.
was a
That's the thing.
Mercedes. If
In
I
the later
remember,
movies,
I can't remember if that was from the second one.
I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So there was no date on this one yet, but they got Hooper
wow.
and Quint, part of the Jaws, and those are supposed to go up for pre-order on the 20th at 7
12-inch
a.m.
again?
Yes, 12-inch. And
Wow.
here's the problem, and Gary pointed it out once, like, because I put these pictures on my community page. If you don't get Brody, does it make you want Hooper and Quint?
I think big fans of Jaws would buy these just hoping down the road they will convince him to let his likeness go for Brody.
I mean,
You know
but
what I mean?
like in any scale, have they ever done Brody? That's the problem, right? Or do they
Well,
say what?
he did give his likeness back when they did Sequest DSV or whatever.
I
His
guess that's
Sequest
true.
figure is there, but so it's not like he's never done his likeness in toy form. He's done it for other franchises.
Do you
And
think
would
that was
that if they threw enough money at him, someone would get him eventually to give his Jaws license up. You know what I mean? Because
okay. But do you
yeah,
okay,
I mean
so
that's his most famous film. Why wouldn't you want your character from Jaws out there? You know, I don't know.
right. So if you saw these on display at Comic-Con last year, you saw the accessories that are come with them, like a chum bucket and all that kind of stuff. So there's
Does
quite a
Quint
few
split in half?
accessories. It's not just the figures, right? You get a bunch
Does
of stuff.
Does Quint split in half at the waist and then
I'm sure you could break them if you wanted to.
and blood spews out? You know, like
Yeah.
he got bit in half by the shark at the end, didn't he?
But
You
painting
spoiled
a
it.
12-inch, I'm sorry,
Sorry, Dan. You've never
painting
seen Jaws.
a 1/6 scale head isn't really that difficult, and I've seen a lot of Brody heads available on eBay and stuff. So then is it just a matter of like getting a GI Joe or something like that and dressing them up in like a sheriff's outfit and then getting like a custom head? You know
Could
what I
you
mean?
pop the Mego head on? They did a Fonzie Mego.
I think that the Mego heads would be too small because those are 8 inches.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right. And then coming up on March 27th at 7 a.m. are the Battlestar Galactica, Apollo, and Starbuck figures.
The factory again, right? Wow.
Yeah, same factory entertainment again. But I'm kind of like, I was told last year these were probably going to be between 300 and 350. So if they go by what they did with the Rick O'Connell, 325, and if they do an early bird, 275 or whatever, does that draw anybody who's a 12-inch action figure collector to say,
It's
yeah, maybe I need
reasonable,
Starbuck and Apollo?
Yeah. They look great. I mean, really.
And here are the heads. So not hair, like plastic.
Yeah.
So these are the heads for those figures. I mean,
That's really good.
It will be interesting to see when someone gets some of this stuff in hand and they compare. If they're a Hot Toys collector, they compare them and just see
Right.
what the construction's like and how they're put together. And is it truly a good comparison? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On par with them.
So there will not be any of those videos over on Gary's Grell's channels.
Because he says he's not buying it yet.
Right.
Well, I don't want him either. That doesn't look anything like Katie Sackhoff. That's a horrible one.
That's hilarious. That is true.
It's like the Hardy Boys.
But is this a way to get a custom A-team started if you get Starbuck?
Yeah, right.
And dress him up in a military outfit. And then they did a Mr. T that was like 12 or 13 inches, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can just throw that figure up there with Fate. Yeah, you can get it all started.
You know, Mr. T's down here right now. He's going to MegaCon and gonna sign some autographs.
That's
no, not Neo.
So we got Neo, Matrix Reloaded, Hot Toys. Are the Hot Toys collectors out there pre-ordering this guy? Dino says that looked like the Hardy Boys.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No Hot Toys collectors interested in Neo, huh?
No.
Seems
We
like
already have one. It just
it seems so long ago now. It's like,
Yeah.
what do we need? What do we need with the Matrix at this point?
You don't even want me talking about the Matrix if you didn't like me talking about Firefly.
Oh God,
All right,
yeah.
so this is the Hot Toys.
This looks really good.
This stuff, it looks really shiny and awesome looking. Yeah.
Does this make you want to get a Hot Toy?
It
No,
kind
but
of. I previously said I was going to stick with my. I'm waiting for the Hulk to come out, and I was going to just stick with my Wolverine and the Hulk. But seeing this, man, holy cow, this looks good.
Yeah, I'm not
It
gonna
really
lie.
does. It
This
really
this
does.
to me would be like probably like a one-off Hot Toy for me.
Yeah.
Just because he's so shiny.
He's so shiny. Yeah.
Looks really cool. I don't know how they did this pose of him on the board. This one on the bottom, like how he sticks to the board like that.
Is it just the angle of the photo? Like he's flat, really, but the angle of the photo?
No, because they got it stuck in the base.
Or the peg
Maybe
on the board is really big.
Magnets.
Oh,
Or that. Maybe magnets.
Because Hot Toys does use magnets to keep
Do they?
helmets on and backpacks on and things like that. So
Okay, so magnets. So I can't get that near my computer or
magnetis.
my hard drives.
Yes,
Yeah.
magnetis feet. Magnetis feet. Activate.
So those are the Hot Toys.
And that's the Invisible Man. Okay. Oh,
Let me do this image.
He had Mjolnir too there.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, here is the
Avengers 4-pack.
Mego
Not
Avengers.
Mondo.
Yeah, that are coming out. And I got to tell you, I'll probably get this, even though they'll all have broken legs.
Is it Mago? Mago or Migo?
We're going to do that again?
Migu.
Is it Migo or Mego or Mego? There's my Hulk.
Yep.
Manga.
Yeah. So I can't believe that guy survived all these years without any broken legs. But I think that having the Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Hulk would be really cool.
Yeah, it's a good set.
It does come with a collector coin, and just like the other set, I have the Spider-Man set. I did not get that Fantastic Four one, but I still think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah. So, who else is in for the Avengers? Eric's was you, Eric, that pointed it out.
No, I know. I pointed out because I know you like Migo. I just like it was before my time. I don't have any attachment to those kind of toys.
If I saw it on discount somewhere, I would probably pick it up. But I'm not.
But I think we've got this upcoming week. We've got the Walmart Collector Con, and then Haulathon starts as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. The 18th or whatever for Collector Con.
Yeah.
I have no luck pre-ordering anything that doesn't get canceled before it arrives, so I don't even bother anymore.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the pink astromech last week, or was that
the what?
The pink astromech at Disney stores? Did we talk about that last week?
No. QT or KTQT or whatever it is. Yeah, no.
Because that's the third of the build.
I wish if they released all of them all at once, I would have gotten them. But I'm not buying one figure at a time and trying to buy more to get free shipping or whatever. So
every single time with the shipping, it made it a $30 figure. It was like, what the crap?
So I'm not participating in that nonsense.
Like for me, I want the blue protocol droid, but I missed the other two, so now I can't even start to build him.
Yeah,
because
and they're expensive on eBay.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, Gary.
Yeah,
gonna go binge watch Firefly.
I'm annoyed that they didn't just release them all at once.
Yeah, they should have really done that. Yeah.
Because the blue one's what from Mando season 3, right? I think
think the
from
blue
the droid bar. I want to
was
say,
he in there or something. Yeah, maybe.
yeah. But there was that, but there was the new Hulk that came out with this bunny slippers.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
passed on that once.
Dan, you
Dan
can
said that the
confirm.
greens are not similar.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed that the greens aren't exactly the same.
They do that with every single Hulk.
They do.
There's
It just
no
seems like a It just seems like a missed opportunity.
right. I mean, people would buy it just for that, and then I don't know. And
Like,
I've tried
why would
painting, but
like
it doesn't-
you've already sold the figure. Why would you care if it's not this like same exact color? That's just stupid to me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Oh,
I'm
well.
picking it up because it looks cool. I'm just bummed I can't use one of the head sculpts on the Maximum series because
Yeah,
that was the
I'm
weakest
with
part of the Maximum.
I am
Did you
not
get the
making-
Maximum, Vern?
I have the Maximum Hulk, right?
I just
Can't
couldn't
move
tell.
my hand the right way.
Yeah.
I'm keep going the wrong way.
Yeah.
I trust you. It's somewhere there. Oh, I see it.
Right
Yeah.
up there. Yeah. I got him with more of my Avengers, but the thing is that shelf's kind of like hodgepodged up right now because I got a couple more with those World War II Wolverines, and because what I wanted to do, I did the
Oh,
because I
Dum Dum
wanted to
Doodle.
do the I'm done for World War II, but then I also wanted the basically
Fury.
try to do Sergeant Fury on there.
Yeah.
So
Made a good use of those, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
and then I thought what might be cool is use that Monster Force extra head that looks kind of like the GI Joe, the original Joe. I'm just going to change that little peg in there so that we get kind of like a World War II story looking vintage GI Joe.
My World War II Wolverine is hanging out with my GI Joe classifieds right now. I pretend he's in with the troops. Yeah.
I got so many like parts of figures just like laying around here and there, and one day I got to get this place organized. This is just not organized. I don't know what's going on.
I got to stash a whole bunch of my new pickups in my display cases. I've been falling behind.
Yeah.
When you die, the person's gonna come in and be like, "Yeah, this is all garbage. It's all head swaps and repaints, and none of it's worth
they're
it."
Gonna say, "Look at the artistry here. Look at this."
Sure they will. Yeah.
Hasbro wasn't willing to do it, but this guy did. He made a 12 scale Lobot. And oh my God, is that the Mandalorian or is that Burt Reynolds? We don't know. Is that Magnum?
Vern dares to go where no one else is going.
Wait, that's not Luke Skywalker. That's the greatest American hero.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not.
You need to make the girl his counterpart.
I know, right? When I did my mummy figure, it was all I did was a head swap for the Rachel Weisz because I just took the one from her Black Widow movie and I stuck it on the one of the Indiana Jones ladies, the blonde lady, whatever her name is from
Elsa.
Yeah, because it was the same. It felt like the same time period outfit, so I just stuck the Rachel Weisz head on there, and I feel like it worked pretty good.
Yeah, that probably passed.
Yeah. All right, you guys got anything going on you want to talk about before we head on out for the weekend?
What else is going on?
I don't think so.
Oh, there was a comment early on. It was somebody said, I thought you had to be Irish to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And
do you?
And if you ever done one of those DNA tests or whatever.
Well, we're all part Irish.
So I have a 25 to 30% from Northern UK and Ireland.
Huh.
So I consider myself part Irish.
There you go.
My grandmother was 100% Irish. So what does that make me? Is that a quarter?
Makes you Florida and
Florida man?
Yes.
Floridian. I don't know. I mean, like, did she marry anybody that had any Irish?
No, he was 100% Polish. My grandfather was Polish.
So then
my dad
their
is half
kids were
half.
50-50.
Yeah.
And then, right, that was your
And
grandmother?
my mom's side is Mohawk, Native American. She's Dutch, German, and there was
Mohawk.
something else in there too.
Oh, is that like Mohican?
No, Mohawk, like actual Mohawk in New York, you know.
Oh, okay.
The one side that's Polish and Irish is like Chicago special.
No, I
There you go.
think we have some relationship to Hopi Indians. I don't know.
Oh, really? The ones with the ant people?
Hmm.
Yeah, they believe the ant people came out of the ground.
Yeah. Well, they did.
It gave them life. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And there was giant spiders crawling over the mountain too.
Sure.
Dino says he's got a notification that his Ghost Rider is shipping. That is the one with the wrong colored motorcycle.
Yes. The
According to
crazy
John.
red
Oh, I
motorcycle.
think I saw that. Yeah.
Now-
yeah, I think
now,
that's
well,
interesting.
To go back on that conversation, John, I did look through a bunch of Ghost Rider comic books on my Marvel Unlimited app. That's a little plug for the Marvel Unlimited. If you read comics on your phone, you get this little app called Marvel Unlimited, and you have access to all the comic books, almost all of them.
And free action figures every year.
Yeah.
Well, only with the like top tier subscription.
Yeah. So here is a picture of hold on.
You got to look at the cover. The cover art is the art as it was intended. Inside the comic is representations.
Oh, hold on. So there's inside the comic. The motorcycle is red, and you can see he flames it up, and that's why it turns red. Because prior to that, in the comic itself, let me see. I'm trying to find the motorcycle. There it is. It's red again in the comic.
So it should have yellow. It should have yellow, clear yellow flamage stuff around the red motorcycle. Shouldn't
And
it?
on the cover, you can see that it's blue, like
It's
John
a
suggests.
Yeah, it's a
But
regular motorcycle.
but what happens is he's driving around as a regular motorcycle, and then when it flames up, that's when it becomes red.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and black, red and
yeah,
black, with
so
yellow
those
flame
are
effects.
the shadows, John. So those are the shadows. So yes, the cover never has the motorcycle in the flaming mode, which is blue. so what they should have did was they should have had it blue, and then you put it in the freezer, and when it gets cold, it turns red.
Or out in the sun, you set it out in the sun like Zartan, and it turns red.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm excited to get that.
yeah, I am too. Yeah, I haven't ordered it, but I'm excited to have it come in.
Well, I'm excited for Dean to get it.
I am excited for both of you, anybody who ordered it.
I got it coming in.
All right, well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next week on the Toy Duo team. Have a good weekend and enjoy St. Patrick's Day.
Exploded.
Addiction and your shelves are overflowing.
Hold tight.
When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss out. Just sit right back, just relax and watch and listen. The Toy Duo team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle.
I love it when a plan comes together.